soul scene in the 1970s set a gold standard that still guides modern artists. Tonight, we are shining a light on groups fans swear should have been bigger. Here are 10 underrated soul bands keeping that classic feel alive today. Number 10, The Sinceres.
Baby, baby, what you trying to do to me?
Opening with lush vocal harmonies and understated horn arrangements, this outfit channels the vibe that defined lowrider cruises in the late 1970s. Their single, Seems Like, delivers a slow-burning groove now recognized as a modern Chicano soul staple.
And the pain I feel deep in my soul.
And It Was Only a Dream further demonstrates the group's knack for weaving classic melodies with heartfelt lyricism. Hailing from East Los Angeles, the ensemble emerged under the guidance of Daptone's Penrose imprint, a label known for meticulously crafted retro soul releases that prioritize analog warmth. Lead vocalist Joey Quinones brings a distinct falsetto that sits perfectly atop vintage keys and subtle rhythms, reimagining the golden era's sensibilities while putting a contemporary spin on timeless themes. A notable fact, the group initially made waves with backyard gigs and local car shows before their vinyl singles found eager collectors in record stores throughout Southern California's deeply rooted lowrider community.
Tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me.
In an era where digital productions dominate, this act invites listeners to rediscover the power of real instruments and unhurried arrangements, echoing the soulful gatherings that once filled neighborhood dance halls and community centers across the city. Number 9, The Dip.
State line is 100 miles away, but I never felt so distant before.
Horn stabs and meticulously arranged rhythms greet listeners right from the first notes of Sure Don't Miss You, establishing a groove that feels both timeless and immediate. Riding the energy of a 7-piece ensemble, this act also found acclaim with Adeline, a track marked by buoyant melodies and a punchy brass line.
Adeline, I hope you really hear me.
Coming out of Seattle, the group drew early inspiration from the city's vibrant live music circuit, regularly packing local clubs with dancers hooked by their retro-flavored soul sound. Trumpeter Brennan Carter and frontman Tom Eddy anchor the band's appeal. Carter's crisp horn arrangements add a vintage layer, while Eddy's vocals blend raw authenticity with classic charm, especially noticeable in Sure Don't Miss You. Their debut album landed in 2015, self-released to modest fanfare but quickly garnering national buzz through word of mouth. FM DJs in the Pacific Northwest championed the group, and crate diggers began spotting their records alongside vintage gems in indie stores. While never dominating pop radio, this band conjures a dance floor spirit and analog warmth that transports soul devotees right back to the golden days of the late 1970s, even as they carve out fresh territory in modern rhythm.
Maybe we can get it off the ground. Oh, next time around.
Number 8, Menahan Street Band. Vintage grooves and deep horn-driven arrangements define this Brooklyn-based collective's signature style. Their track, Make the Road by Walking, stands out not just for its lush, layered instrumentation, but for its journey through the world of hip-hop sampling, notably appearing in Jay-Z's Rock Boys. Another essential listen, The Contender, brings a cinematic sweep that evokes late-night subway rides and city lights shimmering after rain. Formed in the late 2000s and closely associated with the Daptone label, the outfit draws together members of Sharon Jones's Dap Kings, Antibalas, and Budos Band, with guitarist Thomas Brennick helming production duties and shaping their analog warmth. The group's debut album was recorded at Dunham Studios, a revered Brooklyn space known for analog fidelity, adding an undeniable authenticity and depth that crate diggers covet. During a time when mainstream soul trended toward digital sheen, this act found devoted fans at independent record stores and among collectors hunting for vinyl gems. Their sound manages to channel the energy of the 1970s, yet feels timeless, earning a loyal following with every live set and limited LP pressing. Number 7, Mama's Gun.
Get better, so much better.
vintage studio ambiance and meticulous arrangements give this group a distinct echo of the classic era, as heard on This Is the Day and their widely celebrated single Red Cassette. The band formed in London, channeling the lush soundscapes of the golden years through frontman Andy Platts, whose smooth vocals and songwriting anchor every track. Their debut, Roots to Riches, arrived in 2009, signaling a sophisticated return to melody-driven soul grooves. Later recordings captured the warmth of analog studios, employing live horn sections and intricate backing harmonies often missing from modern productions. Devotees of the 70s will especially hear familiar hues in the keyboard textures and bass lines threaded through this act's catalog, drawing a direct line to artists who kept record store bins stocked with carefully curated vinyl. The group's following first grew among UK soul aficionados and vinyl collectors, many discovering this outfit's records amid talk of a blue-eyed soul revival.
Somebody watching over, give me an angel on my shoulder.
Platt's deft arrangements and heartfelt delivery ensure these songs linger, cementing the band's place as torchbearers for the melodic, emotionally rich tradition that defined that earlier scene. Number 6, The Suffers.
So won't you need a with me? This could be love happy.
Houston's music scene has long nurtured unique regional sounds, and frontwoman Com Franklin's powerhouse vocals put this Gulf Coast outfit on the map. Make Some Room is the defining single from their 2015 debut, igniting listeners with horn-heavy arrangements and assertive lyrics.
You can show me out to everyone you know. You could trust that I'll act like a lady.
Another key track, Do Whatever, displays the group's genre-melding approach, incorporating funk breaks and gospel harmonies reminiscent of the 1970s broad soul tradition. In 2016, their self-titled album made a splash at South by Southwest and received substantial airplay on independent radio, proof of their resilience without major label backing.
If you're anything like me, you are not good at relaxing, and taking time to yourself is like a chore.
The band's brass section stands out with John Durbin's trumpet leads and Michael Rezo's trombone grooves, which reinforce every hook. While Franklin's signature delivery commands attention, keyboardist Patrick Kelly's jazz-inflected chords supply depth to both singles. During a time when pop charts skewed electronic, this act earned their following through relentless touring and late-night club gigs across the southern United States. Listeners often discovered their music through local NPR programs or witnessed their electrifying live shows in sweaty, packed venues, a cultural throwback for those who miss the communal energy of bygone soul dance floors. We're halfway through, and the bands from 1970 are stirring up deep-cut memories. Which of these underrated acts did you champion or discover years later through a crate dig or playlist? Got a cult favorite we missed that should have been bigger? Drop it in the comments. We'd love to hear the names that never left your rotation. Number 5, Monophonics. Blending heavy doses of psychedelia with a distinctly retro approach to modern soul, this group's signature extends far beyond the Bay Area. The band's searing track, Lying Eyes, captures their combination of analog grit and deep funk grooves, while Strange Love illustrates their uncanny knack for conjuring cinematic arrangements straight from the early 1970s playbook.
What is this strange love, strange love, strange love? What's it on me?
Frontman Kelly Finnegan's raw, expressive vocals, crafted in the spirit of legends, anchor the outfit's sound and channel a palpable intensity on every cut. Originating in San Francisco, the act self-produced their debut LP in 2012, embracing vintage studio gear and analog tape to achieve the warmth modern digital rarely delivers. One checkable nugget, their album Sage Motel was recorded live to tape, infusing every performance with immersive authenticity.
Can't help but tell you, baby, got to have me here. Do you need me?
This approach connected them to college radio stations and soul revivalists who hunger for a genuine throwback vibe, especially as mainstream pop leaned heavily on electronic textures in the 2010s. Late-night FM DJs sometimes spun their singles alongside classic deep cuts, linking generations of crate diggers. While the group's records rarely cracked mainstream charts, their relentless touring and festival appearances earned a devoted underground following. Number 4, Young Gun Silver Fox. polished grooves flowed when multi-instrumentalist Sean Lee joined songwriter Andy Platts to craft a duo soaked in the shimmering textures of the 1970s. Their track, West Side, rides a wave of vintage brass, sly bass lines, and glowing Fender Rhodes, transporting listeners straight to that AM radio summer haze. Listeners often single out Lolita for its smooth harmonies and tight rhythm, recalling the era when soul met sun-drenched pop rock.
Before you blow out, Lolita, who do you think you are?
The act's debut emerged in 2015, but their album, West End Coast, channeled a Los Angeles studio sound reminiscent of rare grooves found in dusty dollar bins. Lee's production prowess shapes each tune, while Platts delivers airy vocals and crisp guitar licks that complete the sonic picture. The group's music earned rotation on Europe's specialty FM shows, reaching pockets of fans hungry for classic songwriting in an age of digital gloss. DJs such as Gillis Peterson spotlighted the pair, validating their cult status among groove devotees.
You're sleeping as you're lying awake. We never traded just to play it safe. 'Cause
This group carries echoes of the yacht soul tradition. Think lush horn sections and waterfall keys, while always adding a modern sparkle that keeps crate diggers guessing. Was this recorded in the 70s or today? Number 3, The Sacred Souls.
who said it's a new love, baby? Yes, it is.
Tapeworm grooves shimmered out of San Diego when Josh Lane, Alex Garcia, and Sal Samano began crafting the delicate arrangements that define this trio's sound. Can I Call You Rose captures their vintage-tinged style, swirling Lane's supple falsetto with gently rolling bass lines, while subtle horns add a wistful flourish. The tune is joined in acclaim by Weak for Your Love, a single whose lush analog textures harken back to the golden era of sweet soul. Their 2022 debut arrived on Penrose, a Daptone Records imprint, a label known for championing retro soul authenticity in the modern era.
Your love, I'm weak for your love.
The group's meticulous approach extends to their recording process. Sessions tracked live to tape give every song its worn-in warmth and palpable room ambiance, while mainstream playlists leaned heavily toward digital pop. This act found their earliest audience among crate diggers and boutique record shop employees searching for genuine soulfulness in a streaming world. The combination of timeless melodies, Lane's earnest delivery, and the tactile beauty of their homegrown production make this outfit a vital listen for fans seeking real emotion spun in the spirit of the 1970s. Number 2, the Teskey Brothers.
No, it's true. Was it that day I first laid my eyes on you?
From Melbourne's suburbs, a pair of siblings shaped a retro soul revival that evokes the warmth and drive of the late 1960s and the 1970s soul scenes. The earthy textures in Josh Teskey's vocal delivery bring immediacy to So Caught Up, anchoring the group's live-to-tape studio approach, where every crackle and horn stab feels purposefully analog.
So many good times and memories.
Alongside this centerpiece, Pain and Misery stands out for its gripping guitar grooves and plaintive storytelling, reminiscent of a Stax single rescued from a dusty basement crate. Their 2017 debut, Half Mile Harvest, was recorded entirely on analog gear at their own studio, providing a warmth digital rarely matches. Guitarist Sam Teskey's reverbed licks and Leslie twirled tones lend each track a vintage authenticity, and the group's dedication to classic rhythm sections and prominent horns places them at odds with modern pop trends. This act built momentum first through long road trips and sweaty barrooms, eventually finding dedicated fans at European festivals and American roots clubs. Their records now live in the bins at indie stores, beckoning crate diggers who grew up with classic 1970s. Soul but hunger for something fresh. Number 1, Duran Jones and the Indications. Falsetto specialist Aaron Fraser's gentle delivery shimmers atop a groove-rich soundscape that harks back to the golden days of the 1970s. On Is It Any Wonder, the group's attention to classic soul arrangements becomes unmistakable, buoyed by Fraser's voice and tight instrumental interplay. Another modern essential, Morning in America, reveals their knack for weaving socially conscious themes into lush, vintage-inspired textures.
It's morning in America, and I can't see the dawn.
In 2016, the outfit debuted on the Colomine label with a self-titled album recorded in Bloomington, Indiana, channeling analog warmth and meticulous production touches reminiscent of their forerunners. The group's carefully crafted records circulated through indie record stores and found passionate champions among college radio DJs, still hunting for timeless grooves amid new releases. Bassist Kyle Hoopt and guitarist Blake Ryan anchor the rhythm section, providing the foundation for Jones and Fraser to alternate soulful leads.
City lights and stars when I'm with you.
The group never climbed to #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, yet their shimmering singles have become modern classics for listeners who remember crate digging in the soul sections of hometown shops. Even as radio airplay leaned toward hip-hop, this band carried the analog torch for the new generation.